Well, fast forwarding from Scotland to where I was in New York and Boston, a lot of these companies had what I call the Madison Avenue mindset. And as I built that, my IT business and consulting up, all of these guys were talking about dancing monkeys is the analogy I use. I call it the Madison Avenue mindset, where they're more interested in what they're telling you from traditional advertising is great for your business. I'm like, guys, that's not going to sell you anything. You need to look at this. You need to look at this. This is the way you need to get, you need to treat it kind of like direct marketing. These companies, a lot of corporations didn't want to know. Some did, some didn't. The ones that didn't, I ignored. The ones that did want help, I helped. And we developed a lot of the, pioneered a lot of the techniques that are out there and being used by people even still today. And the funny thing is, a lot of the techniques, for example, copywriting, sales psychology, hasn't changed in over 100 years. The only thing that's changed is the technology that delivers that message. So with a study and a background in that, it was easy to port that knowledge across to the internet, and then it's all become down to getting that message in as front of as many people as possible. And that's where social media is so powerful, and so many people are not using social media the way they should. And they get all these great courses, and they're spending thousands of dollars on all this crazy stuff that's out there, and very few of the people that are even promoting those products are even using those techniques themselves, because hey, they know they don't work. So it's very, very sad when I see that, because if you tap into social media just right, if you know what you're doing and the intent of social media, then you can literally, it's like holding a great big sign up in front of people saying, here I am, and here's how I can help you. And then by association, you start making money from that. So coming from where I did, from IT consultancy, I turned my back on that because I realized there was so much money to be made in internet marketing. And initially I did it for myself. Just starting promoting my own websites. I mean, my wife and I, she already had a website design company, and then we started looking at all the different avenues of taking those websites. Now let's get these corporate websites to the masses. I mean, we built Amazon competitors. We've worked with companies that you'll see in your grocery store. We've worked with Walmart, Kroger, some of the big names over here in the United States, and companies all over the world. I mean, I've worked with Fortune 500 companies down to mom and pop shops. Anyone that's willing to listen, okay, we'll help them. And then from that, and with my success, people started kind of noticing what I'm doing on the side and said, you need to put this down in a course. I'm like, why? I'm keeping these secrets to myself. But then I started realizing how many people are truly struggling with any sort of internet marketing. And it was really sad because, again, I got caught in the same trap that a lot of people do. They spend thousands upon thousands of dollars trying to get courses, learn, buying every ebook on the planet, which, if you could see my library, I've got about 3 terabytes of courses. And, it's insane how much of it is just useless. So I thought, you know what, let's change the game. Let's raise the bar and basically package up what I do for myself and give it to everybody. So that's kind of where we came into this training and building software, building training courses, workshops, boot camps, mentoring, coaching. Basically, anyone who wants to listen, anyone who needs help, that's what we do. And that's what we built our business on. And it's worked out really well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one very important thing that you said there is that you build these training and these products based on what you're doing in your business to help other clients. Yes. And that's, to me, software and training that's built off of that is the most powerful, because a lot of people sit around and try to think of the next new software, or try to think of the next new training program. I haven't actually gone out there and implemented these things.
It's very true.
Yeah, in your shoes, you're actually out there helping these companies, putting these strategies to work, and then you're just building the software to allow other people to replicate that.
That's exactly right. And the funny thing was, after a period of time, we actually fired all of our clients, all of the big companies, our big corporate. And if any of them are watching this, Okay, sorry, I confess. Because we wanted to concentrate on doing this for for ourselves again, and we just didn't have time. I mean, we were literally on the phone 24 hours a day. It always seemed, and we just never had time to really. I mean, you can help someone one on one, and that's great. But the best way to help thousands of people is to package it up and then push it out to the mass market. And that's kind of where we went with it. And we still we still have a lot of companies we still work with, and we have companies who, funnily enough, even after several years, come back and say, "Hey, can you help us? Can you, will you help us? Please, take us back and stuff like that." And we've actually built some great friends from that. But the funny thing is, at the end of the day, the best way to help as many people as possible is things like this. I mean, you've got your audience right now, and I know every single one of them is going to get a nugget that's going to just click with them, or some great value information. And that's why I'm doing this. I want to help as many people as possible, and doing things like this allows me to do that. Even if you haven't bought one of my products, or you're not going to buy one of my products, the ability to communicate and, funnily enough, be social in this regard allows me to help people. Kind of everyone has roadblocks. I've had roadblocks. I know you've had roadblocks as well. Everyone in business has roadblocks. But if you can find someone to follow, someone who can help you, guide you, and overcome every single roadblock, I mean, you literally blow it up, destroy it, jump around it, jump over it, whatever you need to do, then that is getting you closer to success. And that's what both myself and Josh are doing here. That's our aim in business.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you hit the nail on the head. There's, some people look at successful people and they think that it happened overnight, or, it seems like it may have happened overnight, but they don't know the backstory of what that person had to go through.
Indeed. Like, I was going to say that my average work week is easily 100 hours. But then again, it's one of those things is you work till your eyes bleed. If you want success, you got to make it happen. It doesn't happen by luck. I mean, if you want a lottery ticket, it's a 1 in several billion chance of winning, and then even then you'll probably destroy it with the wrong mindset. So, every struggle leads to a victory. Every hurdle is a lesson. Every time you fall on your face and fail, that just means, okay, I'm not going to do that next time, and I'm that much closer to success. I mean, the analogy I always hear is Thomas Edison had 10,000 light bulbs that failed before he got it right. And he just said, well, why did you keep going? He said, well, I learned 10,000 ways not to do it. Now I've got it.
Yeah.
So, and it's all about that mindset. So at the end of the day, whatever you're doing in this realm or in any business is you're growing yourself as well as your business, and you're making things that much easier. Some of us make it look easy, but like you say, when you're behind the scenes, you can't see over the other side of this monitor, for example, is my wife, who's working on her business that she's launching. And we've got multiple businesses that we run, but that's what she's doing on the other side of that monitor. In fact, I don't know. Raise your hand, honey. See if you can see it over the monitor. You might be able to see the hand there. And like we say, we got mission control. This is my side. She's got her side with the equal number of things going on, and that's what we do. This is our mission control. But there's a lot of work goes into this stuff. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. I love this. I don't even consider what I do working because I enjoy it that much. I feel like I'm goofing off 24/7. Even if I am working my ass off, I enjoy it, and that makes it all the more fun.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I'm so glad that you're being transparent about that, because there's a lot of sales pages out there in today's environment. There's a lot of products out there that make everything seem like you can make $10,000 by tomorrow with a few
push that button. Yeah, you got that easy button. You push that button 1,000,000 times and dollars spit out your hard drive. Yeah. Here's a little secret, guys. That button does not exist. If it did, they would have it locked up in Fort Knox, and they would be sit there just pressing it themselves. Doesn't exist. Now, that being said, what I do, and one of the things that has made me so successful is, and this is one of my biggest secrets I'm going to share with you guys, is scale and automation. The more scale, the more automation you can bring into your business makes your life easier. And that's one thing that allows you to then, with your work time where you are working your butts off in your businesses, is to focus on the important things. The more you can automate, the better. Now, it doesn't mean it's always easy. There's always work involved. There's always something you've got to do. Like Josh was saying, there is no easy button. There's so many overhyped sales pages and paid actors with their strippers and fast cars and their rented jets and their rented mansions that they hire out for the day with a camera crew. If you buy into that baloney, watch my language, then I'm sorry, but you're not going to succeed. You're just going to be trapped in that mindset. If you break out of that, if you get real, if you understand that you have a goal, you know where you want to be, then find out, okay, this is another success path. If you plan out, okay, by the end of the year, I want to have this done. And maybe it's like, I've got 10 websites that have a sales funnel behind them. Okay, well, that's 10 websites. First of all, you've got to backtrack it to where you are right now. So if you know where you want to go, then break it down into the elements that's going to get you there. Okay, 10 websites, which means, are they all going to be in the same niche or different niches? Okay, what do I need to do? Well, I need to have a funnel. Okay, what am I going to do? Is it affiliate or am I going to have my own product? And you start asking yourself your questions. And what you're doing by doing that is you're literally creating your plan of action. And then you've just got to figure out, okay, where's my roadblocks? We've talked about that. Find a way around them, blow them up, go around them, or find something that will help you. For example, if you've got 10 niche websites or you've got one niche website, and you know on the back end of that you need social media, you need social signals. Okay, I need traffic. Where am I going to get that? Who's my customers? How do I identify them? How do I connect with them? How do I identify their needs? And you start breaking down all of these problems, and they become little self-contained projects by themselves. And then you put them in priority, and you know exactly what you're going to need to do to get there. And then you find everything you need on that. And if anything is not taking you on that path, if it's distracting you from that path, it's not helping you get closer, it's something you don't need. That's it. And I'll tell you right now, one of the best tips I give to students. If you're not getting value from a marketer, like in your email, and you're getting thousands of emails a day, all promoting crappy products that don't work, and you don't trust that person, they're not providing you value, unsubscribe. You will take out so many distractions from your life just by doing that one thing. If you've got lots and lots of stuff that I'm doing myself a disservice here, but if you're like a plug-in-aholic and you're buying lots and lots of stuff that isn't helping you with your business right now, then maybe it's not a good thing to do. Okay, maybe it'll help you in the future because you know, well, I might not need that here, but that will help me with this step here. Great. But if it's something you don't need, like some new whiz-bang thing that's just a completely different vector from where you are, don't do it, guys. Figure out your plan, get on that plan, and you will succeed.
Yeah, absolutely. And great point, because I know when I first started out, I struggled with that same exact thing. I had no clear direction. I had no idea what I wanted, what my end goal was. So it was easy to get distracted by all the shiny objects, by all the emails that I was subscribed to. And I did exactly what you said. I unsubscribed from a ton of different emails, and I kept those people that I actually trusted, that gave good information, that provided value to me. And once I was able to decide what I wanted to focus on, things got easier because I knew on a weekly basis what I needed to do, and I can plan my week accordingly.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, those are some great points. Now, there was a few things that I want to go back to that you spoke about, and it's the automation. Because that, the product that, it's displayed behind your screen.
A little subtle branding, yes.
Yeah, it's automation that I've been looking for a while, because there's some similar services out there, but they're limited, and I couldn't use them anymore because at some point they cut you off.
That's right.
So, and in today's environment, with the social signals and everything going on with the Penguin 2.0 that was just
Oh
released
yeah,
this week, there's a need for social signals and automation. Something that
very much so.
that you can put together that's going to work for you, over and over as long as you can continue to set it up. So I want for you to just touch on a little bit about the social signals and how it affects SEO, and what your take on it is, and maybe a little bit about Penguin 2.0, and then a little bit about the automation that you've been able to set up for social media.
Certainly. Well, okay. If you haven't been wired in like Joshua and I are, Google is continuously rolling out updates to its Penguin and Panda group of changes. It's the zoo that never stops. And the last Penguin update really hit, again, another round of low quality links like trackback links and stuff like that. That's basically web spam. And again, they're trying to change the dynamic of their search engine, because in the old days it was all about backlinks. That was the thing. The more backlinks you had, the better. The more PR you had, the better. And the thing was that PR was basically like a popularity contest. And in the old days, a link was like a vote. And if you had a vote for your website by someone linking to you, their original algorithm was based on that. And it was like, okay, well, the more links this person has, the more important they must be, so we'll rank them better. Well, the thing is, they realized very quickly that everyone games that system. And, I mean, if you do it right, it will always be gameable. You will always be able to influence your rank and your authority. But they have over 187 factors they put into their analysis of each and every single web page out there, which means, okay, I'm going to say a good 80% of them are minor. Okay, it's the remaining 20% you've got to focus on. And here's the thing. This is where social media and social signals come into their own. Because think about this. If you have social signals and people talking about you, your brand, your website, a link or an article or something you shared, what happens is you're creating a social profile. It's like your social footprint on the internet is how important are you, and how important is what you're saying to the rest of the world. Now, that's good for you, but also your business. And if people are talking about you, they're talking about what, an article on your website, they're sharing and retweeting and everything else. They're posting on Pinterest, Facebook, Google+, which is Google's own foray into social media. Then what's happening is you're creating a larger and larger trackable social footprint. And this is the new version of the popularity contest, because every time someone tweets or shares and you have a certain amount of influence, then what happens is that anything you do is going to increase in authority. And it's that authority that's critical, because we talk about PageRank. Well, PageRank is a version of authority. We talk about backlinks from relative sites to your whatever your market or niche is. That's increasing your authority. Links from EDU or government sites, well, they're seen as authoritative links. So that will always work. But if you increase your social footprint, if you focus on social signals and basically socializing everything you do, then great. There's only one problem with that. Social media takes a lot of time. And I can't tell you how many hundreds of hours I've wasted, and this is going to sound very antisocial, but being social comes with a price. It distracts you away from what you should be doing, which is making money. So what we do and what I've done is I got fed up with all the time I was wasting there, and I thought, okay, I've got to automate this. I've got to find a way that I can not only be social, but do it without being there. So now funnily enough, I've got a background in artificial intelligence, so I couldn't really create a clone of me to be social. We're not quite there yet. I haven't developed Skynet.
We're working on that.
I'm working on that. That's 2.0, Sean. But what we've done is developed a series of strategies that allow me to continuously deliver value, create massive engagement, and do it on autopilot. And that's how we built up the following on Twitter. We have over 400,000 followers on Twitter, and it was all done automatically. We have over 70,000 fans on Facebook. Again, done all automatically. And then we've got all my, YouTube following, LinkedIn, Google Plus, and all the other different networks out there. Pinterest, which that's more my wife's realm, I'll be quite honest. We're building a house in Texas, so and then we're also doing our 10th anniversary. We're planning redoing our vows. So that's a Pinterest connected woman's dream. And if you see something flying over the monitor to hit me in the back of the head, you know why. But no, I mean, Pinterest is incredible because, I mean, just as an example, Pinterest is one of those networks that is kind of quickly risen to massive popularity, but it drives more clicks to content than Facebook and Twitter combined. So, I mean, it's incredible the amount of social media potential there is out there if you have the right strategies. And that's what we wanted to focus on, because I've taken the strategy I've been using for over 2.5, 3 years now, and I decided, okay, like you mentioned, there's expensive services out there that charge you every month. They have limitations. And I wanted to take it way beyond that. And there's all sorts of expensive software that'll cost you an arm and a leg and any other limbs you may want to keep. And at the end of the day, that's too much money versus too much effort. I wanted to fuse the two together and make it cost effective for everyone. So that's why we built Promote Me Pro. And basically what that is it's a WordPress plugin. And it's not, you see a lot of plugins out there that they do one little thing and charge you a fortune for it, and then you're like, okay, well, great. Now what? No, if you bought any of my products in the past, I like to do complete systems in one very nicely bundled package. So what we did was basically combined some of the best resources out there and just automated social media. That's basically the way we talk about it. For example, you could do things like, well, first of all, and obviously, you want to socialize your posts. So if you've got a post, fine, let's get it out there. And what we do is we allow you to post to multiple accounts at once and set it so you've got true set and forget marketing. If I had an article, for example, that I put out, I would have to say, almost 2.5 years ago. And it's about sales language, copywriting, and it's a kind of a resource list, a bullet point. It's timeless. It's something that will be valuable forever. And it's one of the most popular articles on my blog. And what we did is we put that out to the social media realm and had it go out once every 2 months, like a reaping, so it's hitting the fresh audience. And everyone's seeing it on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and I get comments on this particular article all the time. Fresh, 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 fresh. And that is amazing. Now, imagine that across 500 posts, and you have massive continuous social signals. And the cool thing is, we can post to multiple Twitter accounts, multiple Facebook accounts, multiple LinkedIn accounts. So I could create profiles for other people as if they're referring my content. And literally, it looks like I've created now an army of people talking about my products, my services, my value content. So that's just one aspect of what we're doing. And again, we can post, which no one else can, to Google Plus and Pinterest. There's no API for them, so we built our own. So that's just one thing we do. We also do social curation content. And this is very, very powerful. We can take, for example, an RSS feed from your YouTube. We can take it from news feeds. Maybe you've got a dog training site. Well, okay, fine. I'll go to Google, Yahoo, Bing. I will create news feeds with the keyword dog training or dog in it, and then I will push that out to social media as well. So what happens is I'm not just promoting my own content. I'm not like one of those, just hammering out, hey, click this, oh, buy this, click this, buy this. It's a wrong way to do social media. Social media has one word in it. Social. So by referring other great content and stuff out there from other sources, you're participating in the social sphere, and people are getting really great value from you. So they trust the links that you put out, which means when you put out a link for yourself, you're getting more engagement. So that's social curation. Another thing we do is we also have what's called social primers. Now, this really built up my Twitter following. What I did is I compiled a list of very short tips, and then a list of quotes, and talking about SEO, social media, business in general, personal development, just little nuggets of information. And boom, I'd post that with an image, or boom, I'd post that with something else. The beautiful thing was that people would then retweet that, share that. It's great nuggets of information, no link. And then people were like, oh, this guy's great. Let's follow him. Or, okay, let's fan this guy. Oh, look, he's giving real value. And then that's great. And then when you start a promotion, you're a winner, because now people are loving what you're doing. You get engagement. I'll tell you right now, if you have an engaged customer, they're 5 times more likely to buy from you than someone you just putting out links saying, click this now, great big flashing neon lights and all the other crap that's out there. So an engaged customer is 5 times more likely to buy or take action from something you recommend.
Absolutely, and one thing that I want to touch on that you mentioned, because it's very, very important.
A lot of information.
Yeah, because I can see, because I got the plugin installed on my blog, and I started to play with it, and the features and everything in there, it's extremely powerful, and I can see how powerful it can be for anybody who's looking to get social signals and also build their social presence. But at the same time, like you mentioned, it's very easy for someone to be able to abuse the automation of the plugin for what is considered, spamming and not being social. So the fact that you mentioned that you want to also incorporate articles that aren't written by you, articles by other websites and things like that, so that you're being social. You're not just being greedy and sharing affiliate links or sharing paid products all the time. And I mean, I definitely want to reiterate that again, because, like I said, based on what I've seen from the plugin, it's easy to kind of, there might be some people that may want to abuse that. So I'm glad that you touched on that. You definitely, if you guys, once you get your hands on
balance. It's
exactly,
a balance.
Exactly. You want to be able to use the plugin correctly, use the automation to your advantage, and not take advantage and just use it to start spamming a bunch of places.
Yeah, don't do that, because here's the thing. Like I say, it's all about engagement, and you want to build authority and trust. And that's what we put in here. Now, that being said, you can use and build that trust and then still recommend something on the end of all of that trust building, because you're still providing value. So even with, like I said, a quote, on the end of it could be just a little link, could be like a short link or something like that goes to a squeeze page. If you get you're not pitching that link directly, but you're also building, a little bit of trust. Maybe someone will click on that link to read more or find out, oh, what's that about? So you can still monetize everything you're doing, but still build that authority and trust at the same time. And it works incredibly well. So while, there are people that are likely going to abuse something as powerful as this, the main thing, and as Joshua said, reiterate this, is build trust and authority, and in the long run, you're going to make a ton more money and have a long-term business. If you want to do a short hit business where you just want to burn out, believe me, you're going to be left with nothing. Don't do that. And we provide a lot of training on the best ways to use this plugin so that you can literally see a roadmap to success and basically replicate what I did and put you on the same path. And like I say, this is a strategy and system I've been using for years. All I've done is now taken it all, compressed it, squeezed it into one little plugin, and that's what we've done.
Awesome,
so
awesome.
Lots and lots of things in this.
Yeah, it's all really exciting. I mean, I just got it installed on my blog a couple of days ago, and I set it all up. So now all I have to do now is just start scheduling some posts to start going out. So I'm excited personally to start using it. But for those people that are watching, I'm sure they're asking, when is this plugin going to be released? How much is it going to cost? How can they get their hands on it? So if you want to touch a little bit about that, so that those people that are really wanting to get their hands on it can pencil it down on their calendar, so they can be ready when it's available.
Absolutely. Well, it's going to launch on May 27th at 12 p.m. EST. And what we're doing, if you see this plugin and the power in it, you'll see, you would think this plugin was like a couple of $100. And honestly, compared to a lot of the software that's out there that's twice that price, and these ones with high, $100 a month subscriptions, it's easily worth that. But no, we're only releasing this for $27, and which is, I've been told, is a wee bit crazy. But then again, like I say, I see so many people struggling with this. I want to get it into the right hands of the right people so they can get started. Now, there are some upsells and offers which you can add and enhance what you're doing. And yeah, basically, we want to help the people who are at different levels. So we bundle in some different stuff that you can enhance it, different ways to monetize, links, different products that we have, and we've bundled them together to create really nice bundles of discounts so that you can tap into and tackle Penguin 2.0. You can get as much traffic as you want. You can get your messages out there. You can monetize and maximize your profits, create really high authority backlinks. So there's different bundles. I won't go into all the details of those, but they're very affordable. But the main thing is, obviously, Promote Me Pro on the front end, $27, which is an absolute steal. And you get a plugin that has a strategy automated that's made me, I won't go into figures, but a lot of money over a long period of time. And it really is one of my best kept secrets.
That's awesome, man. I mean, that to me personally, that is a great deal that you're putting out, because, like you said, there's a ton of services out there that they'll give you a little bit of their plugin or service for free for a certain amount of time. Maybe you can have 200 shares on your account, and once that happens, they cut you off.
Yeah, and they're always limited in some form. And you've got to sit there for hours. Even with these social automated services, you've still got to sit there and do a lot of manual work. To heck with that. I like set and forget marketing. I'll set it up once, press a button, I'm done. I can walk away. I'll check on it every now and then. Still going? Good. And that allows me to work from monitor to monitor here, like Beethoven and a keyboard, and still do what I do. So it's very cool once you've got it all set up.
Perfect. Well, I'm definitely excited for Monday. So for those of you guys that are watching this, make sure you pencil it into your calendar. Monday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You want to make sure you grab a copy of Promote Me Pro. It's going to put your social media on autopilot and help you engage your fans, and as well put your social signals on autopilot to increase your rankings. So, Sean, I want to thank you for coming on and sharing the great nuggets of information. And if you want to close off with any closing statements or any last bits of nuggets, feel free to do so.
Oh, let's throw one last one in there. Okay, when you're dealing with social media marketing, I'm going to give you a quick tip that will help you build and access hundreds of thousands of people. Okay, even if you've got 0 following on Facebook, market and build trust in groups in your niche. For example, I'm a member of about 24 internet marketing SEO groups at the moment. And over a period of time, I've used this strategy to build trust in all of those groups. And I have a reach of several million in those groups. So when I put out a blog post that provides incredible value, I've already built up a high level of trust. So with that being said, I can market to that. I can put it out to my blog, which means now I'm accessing hundreds or thousands of people every hour who are now seeing my content. And think about the power of that, even if you have no social media following. And again, Promote Me Pro can help you do that as well. It's one of the strategies we've used it for in the past, and it's been incredible. So yes, we're launching Monday, 12 p.m. EST. You can grab yourself a copy of this at an incredible discount. We're only keeping it on the market for a short time because I want to basically take all of the social proof. I'm asking you guys basically for testimonials and feedback. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take all of that back then we're going to raise the price and put it out to the mass market. So for a short window of opportunity, it's going to be available at this discounted price, which means you guys are going to be able to get your hands on the very strategy I've used to do what I do. So I would love you guys to grab a hold of a copy of this, take your social media to the next level. And Joshua, thank you very much for bringing me on and allowing me to share some of my, my brain farts.
Awesome. Sean, thank you. I know that my audience is going to get a lot of value from this. So I'm looking forward not only for myself, but also for them to get their hands on it. So thank you again, and have a great night, and congratulations on your 10-year anniversary and renewing your vows. I hope you guys have a great time.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.